Hello, I'm Donnie from the Philomath Montessori School, and I see you have come back to learn some more about triangles. Very good decision. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Today we're going to learn about their angles. And you probably will want something to write on today if you are a writer. If you are not a writer, you can still enjoy this lesson. People of all ages and all abilities can enjoy this lesson. So please pause the video and fetch your writing materials. You might also bring 2 pencils for a game we're going to play. So please bring 2 pencils and something to write on. I'll wait. And they're back. Great, you've got your writing materials. Today we're going to learn about the angles that you find in triangles and other shapes. Remember, the angle is the area where 2 lines intersect in a shape. Let's look at our first one. It's the right angle. Later, we'll pause the video and give you a chance to write these things down. So for now, just put your writing materials aside. Put them aside. You don't need them right now. But do keep your pencils handy. Keep your 2 pencils handy. We're not going to use them for writing. We're going to play a game with them. Here is a right angle. A right angle is made of 2 perpendicular lines intersecting. I like to think of it as this one is the wall and this one is the floor. If you were building a house, you'd need a wall and a floor. And where they come together is a right angle. Let's take our pencils, our 2 pencils, and let's talk about perpendicular lines. I said that they were 2 perpendicular lines that intersect. A perpendicular lines, there was one is going this way and one is coming this way to meet it. Can you do that with your pencils? Can you make perpendicular lines that way? Can you make perpendicular lines this way? They're still meeting, aren't they? Let's do it this way. Let's make perpendicular lines this way. What about this way? We're making perpendicular lines. Now let's make some new kinds of lines. Parallel lines. Parallel lines do not meet. These 2 lines are parallel. They're just right next to each other. They're still parallel. They're not going to meet though, are they? We can turn them this way. Here are 2 parallel lines. 2 horizontal parallel lines, they're not going to meet. Let's make a perpendicular line. Let's make parallel lines. Let's make perpendicular lines. Let's make parallel lines. All right, let's go back to learning about the angles that we might see in a triangle. The right angle is 2 perpendicular lines meeting. Can you make a right angle? An acute angle is where the angle is narrower than a right angle. So we start with a right angle and then we're going to make it narrower. Oh, now it's an acute angle. It's not a cute angle. It's not an adorable angle. It's not a darling angle. It's an acute angle, which means it's narrower than a right angle. Let's go back to a right angle. Now let's make an acute angle. Let's make it even narrower. Let's make our acute angle even narrower. Oh my goodness, that is a very acute angle. Let's make it less acute. It's still acute though. That's still an acute angle. Let's make a right angle. Let's make an acute angle. An acute angle is narrower than a right angle. Let's look at our last angle, the obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is broader than a right angle. It's wider open than a right angle. Let's go back to the right angle. A vertical line and a horizontal line, two perpendicular lines intersecting gives us a right angle. To make it an obtuse angle, we make it even wider open. We open it up some more. Now we have an obtuse angle. Let's make it more obtuse. Wow, that's very obtuse. That angle is so obtuse. Let's make it a little less obtuse. Let's bring it right back up into a right angle. We have a right angle. Let's go back to an obtuse angle. That means it's wider open. It's broader. It's a broader angle. There's our obtuse angle. Let's go all the way over and make an acute angle. Ooh. Now we have our acute angle. So that's a fun game you can play with the angles just using two pencils. Let's take this right angle, this acute angle, this obtuse angle, and let's finish them off and turn them into triangles. We need one more straight intersecting line to make it a triangle. Now it's a triangle. It's a right angle triangle. Now this one is an acute angled triangle. Now we finished that one, and it's an obtuse angled triangle. My suggestion for you today is to draw some more triangles. You don't have to try to make them any kind of way. If you just experiment and make triangles, different kinds of triangles, they're going to be some kind of a triangle. And you can look at the triangles that you have made and you can figure out if it is a right angled triangle. Is it an acute angled triangle? There's an acute angle. There's an acute angle. Oh, no, that's not an acute angled triangle. Look, I made a right angled triangle out of it because any triangle that has one right angle, and here is a right angle, is a right angled triangle. Can I fix that? Let me make a proper acute angled triangle for you. An acute angled triangle has all three angles are acute angles. In an acute angled triangle, all three are acute angles. That is an acute angled triangle. And you might end up making an obtuse angled triangle. It doesn't really matter. You'll make some fun triangles and you'll figure out what kind they are by looking at the angles. This is an acute angle. It's narrower than a right angle. This angle is narrower than a right angle. This angle is narrower than a right angle. So those are all acute angles. And an obtuse angled triangle only has to have one angle that is obtuse or broader, wider than a right angle. And here it is. Only one angle has to be that way for it to be an obtuse angled triangle. I hope you enjoyed learning about triangle angles with me today. I really enjoyed talking about them. And there's more to learn about triangles. There's always more to learn. I'm going to give another lesson about triangles later. I hope you come back for that one too. Have a terrific day. Nice seeing you again. Bye-bye.